It's me. I'm in my car doing my reading, and I am taking a little bit of a breather because I was taking care of my aunt for the past 3 days, and this was while my godparents were on vacation, and they just got back. Usually they would one person could take care of her, and then another person occasionally, when my god brother visits, he would take care of her. So it was just me, and I'm happy that I am going to give myself credit because she was doing well by the time they got back, so there wasn't any deterioration of that type of for her health. And I was up and had to continuously boil water for her because she always needs hot water, and help feed her, help get her up, and use her rollator to help walk her to the bathroom, and her bed. And I am doing a car reading now. So as I said, I was able to use my mittens, and I have this button here. Don't mind. That was actually from one of my cats that scratched the car. I had to fix that. But there's this, it's a pin, and I went to like a Euromart, and they're like, it's a $10 minimum, and so I would just get snacks there. So I bought the pin. I thought it was cool. It has a girl with a horse on it. So this reading, there was something that's been kind of going like in and out of my mind, and that's like either being the villain of the story or the beginning of like the villain arc, like the beginning of the villain story. And sometimes you end up being the villain in somebody's story, and at times maybe it was being misinformed or didn't know all the information, and sometimes it really is, and you or the other person have they did something, or you did something that was interpreted as you don't respect me enough, or you crossed the boundaries of whatever interaction you had with the other person, and they or you don't want to continue on with it. So it's interesting because in the future you have the Five of Swords, and that is kind of like an attacking card with kind of, it can be direct. It doesn't need to be abusive. It could be like blunt or telling information. There's a directness to it. There's sometimes, in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it has people with swords, and they were fighting, and then one's walking away with their head down, and there just seems to be a dominance with that type of interpretation. But with this reading, it is a little particular. It's kind of special because I feel like, I clarified it and I'm starting with the end. I got the World and the Magician, both Major Arcana cards. And for me, it just seems like it happened, and it's not like maybe you didn't mean to hurt them, but there is some lesson to it, because you always hear that there's a lesson behind it, or I feel like there's growth behind it, because you're doing things differently, because you have the Magician there and you have an Archangel there. It just seems like you've gone beyond what motives you had, or what thing that you did. Again, it might not have been intentional, but you did it anyway. It kind of reminds me like when I was growing up, and you, like, I think people, especially like my family, could swear that it was like my favorite fucking thing to just piss people off, or just try to attack them, not physically attack them, but I just wanted people to just get the fuck away from me at a good amount of my life, and kind of to make my own cocoon, or to protect myself. I would just like spit out like dumb shit, and I would just be doing stuff like that. And some of the instances, they were like people that weren't trying to hurt me and trying to be there, and I was just like, just get out of my face. Like I just wasn't in the sorry, there's a car that drove by, the mindset to deal with it. And I feel like with the 5 of Swords there, it's kind of being like, well, there's multiple people on the card on the bottom. There's my shadow. But it seems like people are defending you or on your side at this point. I feel like you've gone, again, beyond what you've done, and that's the type of growth when you realize that, man, I was such a douchebag. Like, I was just like all these things, and you admit to it, and then you look back and you're like, damn, I'm so sorry. Even though you can't take backsies, you could just move forward. I didn't want to say something kind of dumb, but, and it's also with that large sword, like fighting, and that own resilience that you have type of energy. I'll try to... I took the cards because my sleeves are kind of long for this jacket. It's one of my trench coats that has plaid on it. It actually has like neon colors. I thought it was cool. I bought it with the gift card one year that the pharmacy owner gave me, and I bought 2 trench coats actually. So one for like work, and it was lighter, and this I could use for work too, but this is like heavy duty. It's 36 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. So that's a rough, it's rough. It's like around 30 difference. So you have the star in $20 to $30. I'd have to check it when I get off the phone. So you have the star with the 4 of Pentacles. There seems like a reservation to this, and with the star there, the star is a really gleaming type of hope that you see, that in the harshest climates, there's for some reason I was getting forewarning. So maybe if you're in that type of predicament, there might be a forewarning beforehand, so that you'll be able to salvage what's left and build on it. There's a type of energy that maybe it already passed, and then there's another energy of like repeating those types of moments, not exact moments, but those behaviors. And the Four of Pentacles is meticulous. It's almost like inventory, where you're taking stock of those things and making sure that there's like an awareness of what's there, what isn't there, what has been done, what needs to be done or ordered, if you're thinking about that. And the Star is maybe if like your bath was like muck and then you were getting out of it, and then there's some type of cleanliness that comes out of it. That kind of feels like also a Judgment energy too. So I'm gonna say that things are really looking up, because Judgment is 20 and the Star is 17 in the Major Arcana. So then you have the Obstacle, the High Priestess. Again, there seems like a directness, like what's done is done. There's almost like a question, like, are you sure it's done? Because what if I could try to make it like a different way? And the universe is kind of like, girl, no, you don't need to you keep doing this, or you keep beating yourself up for it. There just seems like an energy of like a constant, it almost feels like a betrayal of self, because as you again grew from this experience or from the past, you're thinking, I don't want to be that person that just like ends up hurting people like that. And sometimes I have to like, I tend to have like a standoffish or reserved type of thing where I still have a temper, so I don't want it to be misinterpreted, or I don't want to lash out because I just get so riled up. And it could also be trying to redirect that energy too into something, and to kind of, the word that I was getting was blend. So it can be a way to gently or gradually, or not necessarily gradually, there's like a type of blending where the energy is just getting smoothed out, if that makes sense. The overall energy for the reading is the Seven of Swords with this Seven of Wands, so 7 and 7. And it's a remembering, but also individual. So when we feel that our behaviors are coming up again, we can also see what we could do. With the Seven of Wands, it does feel like there is an urge, like as if something's about to come out, like your temper, or there's a spontaneous or surge of energy that like kind of spurts with the Seven of Wands. And with the Seven of Swords, it feels like it can be walking away, because the Seven of Swords, one of the common interpretations is like thief in the night, because there's a person that's carrying swords and it's nighttime and like there's tents and stuff, and he's like looking around to see and just walking away. It looks like suspicious. For this, it doesn't necessarily look suspicious, it just looks like I need a moment. And releasing your venom on like something else. Oh my god, like a vampire. If there's, because you know they say, well, no, in some shows, they have like different ways of how to control like the thirst for blood, and I know that's like a stretch of the imagination, but I said what I said. How to overcome the obstacle is the Queen of Cups, and this is definitely being gentle with yourself. And I'm getting a little bit of Cancer energy, and being able to maybe cry it out or release it in some way to not have it just combust because you just don't have an outlet for it. And even not needing to wear your heart in your sleeve, and like if there's like an awareness of something, especially an awareness of the past, and again, it could be you or the other person, because there could be some, again, not a medical channel, but like PTSD or some type of reaction to certain behaviors or what people do. In the past, you had the Judgment card, so there is like a calling of judgment. As I was saying, there was a Judgment energy, and I didn't see that there was a Judgment card until now. So you have the Star linking to the Judgment, so the present linking to the past. So it seems like needing to settle the behavior, and I don't want to say that in a bad way, because maybe those reactions were reactions from other experiences, so maybe they were developed due to what happened in the past, because the Judgment is what it comes down to. And I'm also getting kind of extreme cases too, because there just seems like there is something that it gets like a fixation that it keeps coming up, and over time it just manifests in ways that aren't surprising, but they come out unintentionally. Like, I don't know, if randomly you start just crying, or you get angry at something, and at the moment it's not really pinpointing to anything, but there was just all that built up. So with the Five of Swords, it's also minor arcana, so it can be a reminder to continuously have like a regimen where you're monitoring those things and seeing how you can consistently filter it and even it, and again blend it so that it doesn't come out at once and it's not destructive to yourself or other people or things in your environment. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll probably do a reading tomorrow, because I am just trying to relax now. I did get a Black Friday thing. That was my adapter that converts voltage. So there was a sale that went on with that, and I'm happy that I was being a little responsible. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.